Hello, and welcome to the Metro MLS webinar reviewing FlexMLS Maps in FlexMLS. So once you log into Flex to access FlexMLS Maps, you click on Menu, and underneath the Maps Financial section, you click on FlexMLS Maps. Now this is just a basic map, not directly connected to listings, but you can find out a lot of information using this map. I like to call it a research map or a pre-listing appointment map. So let's say, for instance, you get a call from someone who's interested in selling their home. Okay, you take down some basic information, whatever, you set up the appointment. So you want to do a little bit of research if to try to, so you're not going out cold. So I'm just going to pop in an address, 6818 West Clovernook Street, and that's Milwaukee, WI, and then locate. All right. So maybe it's an address that you're not familiar with. Instead of you opening up Google to try to find it, you can just open this up and go, okay, see where that is. So if you want a street view, you can do a street view, and it'll open you up in Google Maps, and it puts you right in front of the property there. I'll close that. The bird's eye view will open you up in Bing Maps and give you an overhead of the area. So there's the property. You can kind of move it around to see what's going on there. Looks like they're down the street from a park. All right. You can do that same moving around in Google Maps too, kind of walk up and down the neighborhood if you want to. All right. So I'm going to zoom down so I can see directly where this is. So it looks like the main street here is Mill Road. Okay, so it's right off of Mill. So as I'm zooming a little bit further down, and how you zoom down, you can either double left click your mouse over the area. I'm using the scroll wheel that's between my mouse buttons and just pushing it forward. You can also use the zoom bar over here, or if you want to move it in a direction, you can use the pan arrow maps like that. Okay, so as you're zooming down, you can kind of see the lots there and what's going on. I'm just going to close this to get that out of my way. So I can see here that they've basically have the one of two biggest lots on the block. Okay, so I can do another tool down here, this little parcel info tool. So if I single left click that, I can click right on top of that lot, get the dimensions of that lot, and I can see if that address was in our system at any time in the past, and it looks like it has been. So here it looks like in 2004 it sold for 106, and then in that same year 129. Then it looks like they tried to sell it sometime after it expired out a couple times, and then it recently sold for the 50,000 here last year. You can click on any of these list numbers to open up to the data sheet. If there's any photos attached still, you can pop that open. It looks like it's just that one. And these open up in different tabs here. So if you wanted to go to the next one, you could. So this one has the photos left. So it's just a few photos here, but it's giving you a general idea what's going on. All right. Close, close. All right, so you can see that. Also, you have the tax lookup. So if you wanted to take a peek at the tax record, you can click on that and get a look at the tax record here and see what's going on. All right. And I will close that. Also, you can use this if you looked in the tax record. Let's say if we looked in the tax record and we were looking for acres and maybe this was blank over here. We didn't see it. There is an overlay, and this is available on all the maps in the system. Wherever you see these same buttons, its functionality is the same. Click on overlays, and I can click on acres, and it can give me the acres. Now this doesn't work for all municipalities, so make sure that when you use this, before you use it, you're zoomed down to where you can see the addresses on top of the lots, and then you can turn that on, because if you're a little bit higher, it won't show it to you. But if you're down at this level and you don't see it, that means that we don't have it available for that area. But this is a good way if, let's say you get a listing and you put it in and you notice, oh shoot, I don't have the lot dimensions or the acreage or whatever. You can pull up the address in here and use this and see if it'll work for you. All right, just going to turn that off like that. clicked on the button and I deselected that. I'm going to close this. So let's say you wanted to do a little bit of research on their neighbors. Maybe you printed out the sheets and you got what you wanted on this property. Let's say you wanted to check out and see what's going on in the neighborhood. Keeping this parcel info on, you can click on the next lot. So you can see here, looks like maybe those owners have been there for a while, and you can access the same information. And you can continue on up the neighborhood to see what's been going on. So it looks like that's the only house that's had a lot of changes or a lot of change of hands. Maybe you want to see what's going on in the back here. So you can do a lot of research off of this map just by using the parcel info tool down here and using the acres overlay, which will, give you the acreage. If you need to calculate acreage from lot dimensions, at least you can get this, so you use the calculation for that. I'm not sure how to get it on these even side ones. I know it's almost like a geometry problem. We do have that listed in our knowledge base on how to calculate acreage from lot size when they're uneven like that. So you can always give us a call and we can shoot you the link if you can't find it. All right. You can also use the satellite button and take a look at what's going on here. So this way you can see a little bit more detail. Maybe someone, has a pool in their backyard, or, whatever you want to see, you can. All right. This will conclude our webinar on FlexMLS Maps in FlexMLS.